Mariel, one of the questions that I get once in a while is, hey, this is an internal application. We don't need UI, UX special thoughts on it. It's not public facing. It doesn't have to be pretty. What would you say to that type of question?
Yeah, I guess I would suggest if you do have an internal website or application, you're not sure if it needs UI UX work, ask whoever is using it and talk to them, observe them using it and take notes of areas that they're maybe frustrated by or causing frustration.
Are they using curse words
Maybe
while they're using
yeah.
it?
Maybe it's not like maybe it's just like a reaction that they're getting, a facial expression. Maybe the people who do use it are pros and because they use it every day. And if it's
Mhm.
not technically user friendly, maybe you just want to be able to make it more user friendly for the new person that you're bringing onto the team, training and reducing the time it takes to onboard people. Internal apps don't always need to be as complex as they are. Some people may just accept that it takes them an hour to complete a specific task for their job.
Mhm.
But what if we could reduce that to 10 minutes? It may not be
Mhm. Mhm.
necessary to keep that 20-page, 30-page PDF document that shows you step by step how to do something because it's just not intuitive.
Yeah.
But maybe we could design the UI to show you how to do that and to lead you into the next step or actually take you through that process so that there's little to no room for error. So I think that
Yeah.
there's a lot more that can be done with internal software that's beyond
Mhm.
just like making it look good. That's like kind of
Yeah.
that's not really what we're after. We're after streamlining things, reducing the
Yeah.
time it takes for people to complete tasks, and ultimately just saving a lot of time.
That's a great point. The user experience is so much more important than just, yeah, it had pretty colors or whatever. I had a good example of we had a internal timekeeping application. We always build a lot of our own systems, and one of the iterations had a problem where if you left the screen up and put your time in throughout the day as you tracked various activities, so that you knew what activities you were doing for which customers, and it didn't have a any kind of visible timeout explaining that your login had timed out, and you didn't find out until after you put your time in, hit save, and then it says error, you've been logged out. And
Yeah.
oh, it drives me insane. And I'm just like, and then you've lost your description. I'm kind of a descriptive person. I would write a decent amount. I have to rewrite it, and oh, it would piss me off. I was just like, that's user experience. And it's like, hey, yeah, on a very surface level it works, but how is the user using it? I'm, if I've got it up all day, it needs to at least, I mean, there's a few different choices. It could gracefully put me on a, hey, are you still there? Do you want to log in again? Do you want to extend your time? Or at least say, hey, you've been logged out. But yeah, it chose
Hmm.
the worst of all options. Let yourself feel like you're logged in, put your time in, and then just piss you off because you because you got logged
Yeah.
out, and then not let you even have the information there that you typed so you could repaste it in. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
And I think, yeah, that's a great example that kind of ties into this like human computer interaction thing that we're talking about. Because I mean, the way that you and I are conversing back and forth, it's like I say something, you react to it, or I say a comment and then you comment on my comment or something to do with that, where there's like a back and
Mhm.
forth. A lot of times with computers, we do something and then we don't get any feedback about what we just did, whether or not our action worked or it didn't work. And so a lot of that is like kind of bridging that gap between this very kind of like sterile software
Mhm.
and what we are used to getting back as humans, just how we
Mhm.
communicate, trying to like
Yeah.
teach
Yeah.
computers to act a little bit more like humans in a way, or at
Mhm.
least make it feel like that. So
Yeah. You have a lot better day for sure.
yeah.
Whoever you interact with.